Hello para los que están viendo el video. We're on page 19 from the workbook, okay? I will share the screen here. Okay. So, we had this article, okay? What is the article about? Tell me.
About the transport.
Aha. Are they common means of transport? Are they familiar to you?
No common, no
Ah,
common transport.
they are uncommon or unusual way.
Unusual, yes.
Yes, ways of means of transport or ways of getting around. We can say means of transport, okay? Means of transport. We cannot just say transport alone, okay? Means of transport or transportation methods, okay? Okay, so we were supposed to read one of these and answer the question: which is the oldest form of transport? Tell me. Of all these.
Different articles don't say the time, in my
Maybe
opinion.
the jeepney.
The chimney?
Mm,
Uh-huh. Why do you think so, Sol?
because here mentions that they are made with um, old jeeps that was left on the island
Okay.
after the Second World War.
Okay. So they are like recycled um, old jeeps. Yes. Okay.
I disagree
Hel-
with Sol.
Hello,
Hello. Now
¿ahora
we.
sí me
Hola
escuchan?
Joel,
Yes.
¿cómo andás?
Ah, ok. Me pasa lo mismo la otra vez que no puedo conectar el audio acá en Meet por la compu. No
Ah,
sé por qué.
capaz que
Así que estoy.
no te agarra el micrófono el Meet.
No,
Vos sabés.
pero en la compu nomás.
Ujú. Vos sabés que a mí me pasa lo mismo con la cámara. Que el Meet no me la reconoce a la cámara. Tengo que prender de un programa aparte, poner la cámara ahí y después que me tome de ese programa la cámara. Todo un tema.
Ah, bueno.
Sí, sí, todo un tema. Por eso es que cuando yo grabo no puedo poner la cámara porque se superpone mi cara ahí. Y
Ah, claro.
así. So, um, I think if we were to suppose or to assume which is the oldest means of transport, we could say probably the Totora reed boats, because it says. Can you read the beginning of the the first sentence of this paragraph?
Yes, these boats have been around
For
for centuries.
centuries.
Yes.
For
Mhm.
centuries. So probably that's a clue that they are the
Mhm.
most ancient, the most
Yes.
ancient, the most antique. Of course, the jeeps are old. Yes, they are very old because they are from when? From what time?
De 40s.
From the 40s. Yes, from the World War II. So they are
Yes.
very very old. Imagine today they will be, sorry, 80 years old, very old. But as a means of transport, probably the boats are the oldest, you know. Mm, Perhaps then came the sleds, then the trains, and then the jeeps, you know. Okay, so let's go to activity B. I will have to type here too. So let's see. We have to read the article again and say whether the sentences are true or false. Okay. Number one, Norris are a good way of seeing Cambodian cities. This is false. What are noris?
The bamboo train.
Yes, the bamboo train. A bamboo train or nori, as the locals call it. Yes, in Cambodia. Very good. So, why are they not a good way of seeing the cities?
Because the nori or the bamboo train, this is the best way to see rural Cambodia.
Rural Cambodia.
Rural, yes,
Yes,
no
you're
city.
right. And probably the jungle or something like that, the forest, but not the city. It doesn't go along cities. Yes, good. I'm not finding the sentence. Ah, yes, that's the first sentence. This is the best way to see rural Cambodia. Okay, so this is false. Okay, number two, the train fare is not always the same. True or false?
Uh, True.
Aha, true. What is the fare?
Yes, what is the fare? What does mean the fare?
What is the
It's
fare?
a it's the how much you have to how much have you
The price.
to
The price.
the price,
The
yes.
price. It's a price of something. Okay, this is
Mhm.
true. Um, we can also call it fare. Sorry, fare equals fee or price. Okay, the price of something. Okay, it's the fee or the price. In this case, of the nori. Okay. Totora reboats are made from special plants. True or false?
True.
Mm-hmm. What are they made of? Made of?
Mm,
Totoras uh,
Totora
that
reed.
grow on the
read
land.
Totora reed.
Totora read.
It's in the name. Totora reboats.
Yes.
So yes, that's true. Sorry, capital letters. Number four. Today, the boats are only used to carry tourists. True or false?
False.
False. Why?
Okay. Um, because it says that local people use them to make their houses
Yes.
and for hunting and fishing.
Right. Exactly. So not only sorry. Not only do we not only do we do they do tourists, sorry, use boats to travel, but also locals, okay? Sorry, justo me estaba hablando de una, la vice de otra institución. Okay. Number five. Jeepneys have been used in the Philippines for about 20 years. True or false?
True.
True. Hmm. Why?
I said true. Doubty. The doubty true. uh, I don't know why.
For me, false.
False. Why do you
Yes,
think so, Celia?
because the article say they are often packed with passenger and there are no bus stop. The driver just slow and talk about the function now today the jeepney.
Yes, I mean, you're right. They function, they work
Yes.
in a very primitive way, we could say. They don't function as our buses function. Sorry, but there is another clue why
Ah, it's more than 20 years, no?
more than
Yeah,
20,
like
much
Ah,
more.
almost 80.
Ah,
Yes,
for more than
yes, as I said earlier today at the
Yes,
beginning
yes,
of, they have been using these for almost 80 years. Okay, so about 80 years we could say. So this is false. Okay,
Mhm.
more than 20 years. About means approximately. Okay, approximately,
yes.
not more. Okay. Number 6. There are usually a lot of people in jeepneys. True or false?
true.
True.
True. No,
Ye- Yes, there are usually a lot of
yes,
people. A lot,
yes.
much.
Yes.
Many people. Number 7. Okay, we have to go to the sleds now. Most people in Alaska don't travel by dog sled anymore. True or false?
True.
hmm
Hmm.
How do you know that?
Because nowadays it's only used for tourists and sports.
Aha, very good. Only used for tourism. Okay, only used for tourism
Tourism.
and sports. This is true. And dog sleds are a very relaxing way to travel.
Negative. False.
False.
Yes, I mean, just imagine.
Yes.
Just imagine riding one of those. Can you find some piece of evidence that says that they are not relaxing?
Um, they said the ride can be a bit bumpy, and the sled sometimes goes over stone, and the dogs back a lot. No relax.
Not relaxing at all. Okay. Um. Now let's see. This is it. Ah, no, we have the highlighted phrases. Sorry, activity C. Highlighted phrases and words. What do you think they mean? Could you look for the meaning of these words?
Yes.
Mm, yes.
Okay. Can you tell me, please? For example,
Uh,
tracks, the first one.
track
Yeah.
the pista or the way for the train
Yes,
go ahead.
the way for the train to go or to move on.
Yes.
Yes. Does somebody have another definition, a different definition?
Mm.
Also, a mark or line of marks left on the ground or on another surface by an animal, person.
Okay, very good.
Hmm.
Very good. Now let's go to reach a speed.
It's getting a kind of speed or
Aha,
in a spatial speed
a particular uh,
particular.
speed. Girls, what do you think?
I
Hmm.
agree with Joel.
Yes, it's the same. To achieve a certain speed. Now we have this. The next expression, have been around. What's that?
Have experience is
Sorry, have.
experience
Uh huh.
is um I don't know how to say.
Indicate the time. This expression indicate the time.
Okay, it talks about time,
Yes.
but in what sense?
Uh,
Okay, here says you have had experience of many different situations so that you can deal with new situations confidently.
Okay, good. So it can be related to experience, but most of all, it means to the time something existed. In this case, the boats. Yes, these boats
Mm,
have been around for centuries. That means that they have existed for many years, centuries. Okay, hundreds of years.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Mm,
let's see. Please note this down. Okay, have been around.
yes.
Have been around. Existed.
Profesor, ¿usted
Mhm.
quiere decir que con esa expresión indica la palabra existió?
Okay, claro.
Cuando
You're
nosotros
right.
decimos have been around, que es lo mismo que decir existió.
Ajá, o existen o han estado existiendo, ¿sí? Una cosa así.
Ah,
Porque acuérdate,
ah,
fíjate que tenemos un tiempo perfecto, ¿sí? Have
está.
been.
Sí, sí.
Good. As well as, okay, very interesting expression and very useful too. As well as.
Um, a synonym could be so or something like that.
For example, can you put that in a phrase?
Uh, um, let me see the as well as yeah. As well as making boats from
Uh-huh.
tutorial reads, the local people use them to make is like a um it's a connector, but
Yes, it's a connector. Hmm.
all, it could be although or not.
No.
No.
Actually, it means something like to, or also. Yes, it's similar
Also
to
yes.
also or to. Okay, or also here we could say not only. Yes, not only. Okay,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that means that they use these boats. I mean the reed boats. Sorry, they make these boats as well as making boats from the Torah reeds. The local people use them to make. Ah, okay. That means sorry, uh, not the boats, but the Torah reeds, the material. Okay, so not only do they use this material to make boats, but also to make their houses. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they use the same material for boats and for houses. Okay, that's the meaning of as well as. It's the same as also, yes, or to, as well as is similar to also, to, or the same. It could be sorry, the most important, not only. That's the most similar one. Not only do they use tutorial reads for making boats, but also for making their houses. Okay.
Yes.
Um, is a must. What's that? Is a must.
You have to do something because it's necessary or important. or
Yes,
because of a law or order.
you're right.
It's not the same as a duty.
It's similar. It's similar. Okay.
Uh,
Um, it's a duty, an obligation, or something extremely necessary. Yes. So both of your
mhm,
definitions, Joel's and Sol's, are okay. Okay, are okay. Okay, but it will depend on the context. Yes, the meaning you give to is a must or to a must. Okay, it can be
mm,
an obligation, a duty, or something necessary. Yes, something very important you have to do
mm.
because it's a necessity. Okay, in this case, do you think it's necessary that you travel on a reed boat? It's vital.
For me, no, because em, ¿cómo es? Navegar,
Uh-huh.
sail, no, ¿cómo
Sailing,
es?
sailing.
Sailing the lake, you can go to the lancha or
Okay. Yes, you can go on a
it's
motorboat. Motorboat.
claro, it's only tourist form, the form tourist form for me because you can say I go to Lake Titicaca and don't go on the Totora Reach boat.
Yes, you're right. It's optional. Okay. So
Yes,
for you, it's a must. It isn't a must. Sorry, but for this person, yes, it is. Okay. The ride can be a bit. No, sorry, that's not it. Uh, Traveling on a riverboat among the floating islands of the lake is a must for visitors to Peru. Okay. He says that it is a must, but it's not really necessary. Okay. Now, packed. What about this word? Packed.
Mm, full.
Yes. Full to the brim. Sometimes they say full to the brim. Okay, que está lleno hasta no sé el qué.
Mhm.
Llenísimo. Full, full. Packed with people. We can also say very crowded. Okay, very crowded.
How is the expression did you mention? Full
Pack.
of?
No, packed to the brim.
Packed.
Packed to the
Sí.
brim. I will write it down for you.
Okay.
To the brim. Packed to the brim. I don't
Mm.
remember right now the meaning of brim. The literal meaning of it, but I know it's an expression, yes, and it means filled with something, full of something. Um, Good. Jump on and off. What's that?
Um, when you have to jump to or from
Oh, good. To
something.
or from? Yes, very good. So basically, it means that they get on and off
Mm-hmm.
the bus. Sorry, not the bus, the chimney, but by jumping. Yes,
Yes.
because look at the roof of the jeep. Yes, people are traveling on the roof, so probably most of them will have to jump on and off. Good.
Yes.
Now we have unique. What's that?
Only one.
Oh, the only one. Very good. What else?
Uh,
Unusual.
Unusual. Very good. You can have that meaning too. Yes, and basically those are the meanings. And bumpy. Bumpy.
It's similar to bounce,
Yes. Bouncy, you can say too.
bouncy. Yes.
Uh-huh. Also, that it is, for example, for a road, talking about the road, it means that it's a difficult road, you know, filled with holes and everything. So, yes, very good. Now, that's it for the workbook. Let's go to the student's book now. We were talking before this, we were talking about stereotypes. Okay, that was the topic. Oh, sorry, this is the teacher's book. We were talking about stereotypes. Do you remember what stereotypes are?
Uh, Sol.
Um, acá dice, a fixed idea.
No.
A fixed
Cheater.
yes. Yes, it's a fixed idea we have about certain people, okay, or a person, an individual, or a group of people. Or it can be about a nationality. Do you think nationalities can be stereotyped too?
Yes.
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 Mm-hmm. Um, so the stereotypes we dealt with last class was about men and women, okay, and how much they talk or what they talk about. Okay, that was the topic of our reading and our lesson. Um, have we done activity D, guys? Yes, we have. We have really.
Yes.
Yes, did we? We have.
Yes.
We have to do now activity E. Yes. Which of the two pieces of research do you think is first more credible? Number one, more credible. Which one do you think is more credible? Men talk just as much as women, or gossip with the girls?
I think the first one.
The first one. Why do you think so, Sol?
Um, I don't know, only because they show the results by connecting people with um,
With re what?
recorder.
With recorders. Yes, very good. So the method or the way they collected the information was recording. Okay, so it's
Yes.
you have a physical and tangible. It's a tangible um, piece of information or of evidence. Okay, so there was no way of denying that. Okay, what do you think, Joe? Do you agree with Sol?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Because I think the another one of research, people maybe could be more. Um, I don't know how to say. Even in Spanish. I don't.
You mean that
When
probably?
you
Uh huh. Yes.
tell me you.
No, no, no. You tell me.
um, could be more. Maybe if you are an interviewer, you are. Um, I don't know how to say. You maybe is going to think about what you are going to answer.
Right.
I
Huh. So you mean that probably you will not be saying the truth
That's
sometimes,
what,
or you
yes,
will
yes,
modify reality.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm. It can be, yes, it can be. In an interview, probably you want to appear that you are in a certain way, or that you behave in a certain way. Okay. For example, if you ask me, do you eat healthy food, Ivan, and you are my nutritionist? Probably I would say yes, of course I eat healthy food, but I actually don't. I eat junk food all the time. So interviews aren't as reliable as the recording, but um, they can give you different insights, different pieces of information about these groups of people. Okay, you are connected to that person, you are faced with this person, and you can also interact more with this person. Okay, so both methods are good in their own way. Okay, but probably the first one is a bit more reliable because you have the actual information. Okay, esto yo enseño en práctica docente de investigación y eso, por eso los estoy
Mm.
torturando con esto.
Uh, okay.
Sí, sí, métodos de
But
recolección.
but
Sí.
yes, but maybe when you, if you, for example, we are
Ujú,
a group of people that are chatting
ujú,
or talking, and comes someone to interview and said, "I'm going to put this
ujú,
record to recording
ujú,
your conversation." Maybe people could be more
ujú. Influenced.
conditioned,
Yes,
yes,
you're right.
uh, to how or what are they going to talk
Uh-huh.
about or something like that.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. So, as I told you, both ways of collecting information are good, are okay, but probably it depends on you. Of course, it's up to you. Probably the first method is more credible. Okay. In this case, I think that if you carry a recorded a recorder a whole day, at some moments you will forget that you carry it. You know, it's like a cell phone. You don't always think of your cell phone, and you know that you have it with you, but it's like you don't care. Okay, probably this happened, and these people just behaved normally, or probably they were conditioned to. Okay, good. Let's see. B. Which of the two pieces of research do you think is more important?
I think both are or have the same
Importance.
importance. Importance.
Hmm. What about you, girls? What do you think?
I agree with Joel.
Hmm. And why do you think so, Sol?
I think both are important, and both studies shows different um, results.
Hmm. Right. Yes, because they look for different information too. So the results will
Yep.
be different. Very good. And they are important. They important for what? For example, I don't know, taking care of the environment. For taking care of the environment, the atmosphere, the animals. What is important? What are they important for?
about how persons, women and men, communicate, uh, or how focus the communication between them.
Okay, good. Yes. Well, I think this is important because it helps break down stereotypes. Okay, the stereotype
Uh,
that women talk more than men. Okay,
yes.
that's that's what I think. Uh, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not that okay. This stereotype is the worst thing that happened to humanity, but having many of these stereotypes all together can create a false image about a group of people. So it's better if we start to break them down a little bit. Okay. And which one do you think is more surprising?
Mm, I don't know. I think that no one was surprised, for me,
Okay.
because maybe I know about the topic, and I know many people that talk a lot, instead of being women or men.
Yes. No matter if they're men or women.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. And girls, which one was more surprising?
I don't know.
None of them
Maybe
surprised you.
no. Maybe the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when mentions that the four most talkative people in the study were all men.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that surprised you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. Well, and you, Celia, could you read the articles?
Eh, recién leo, así que
Uh
no,
huh.
no sabía que había que leer esto, pero por lo que estoy leyendo.
Uh huh.
Este, mm, em,
Which one is more
por
surprising?
mí, ne- no want, ¿no cómo es? Ninguno,
Yes. Any? Oh, none of them. None of
anyone,
them. None of them.
no,
None of them.
none of them,
Yes. None of
yes,
them.
no, none of them.
None of them is surprising for you.
I no, because um, uh, I read a different article about this theme.
Uh huh.
Um, I know
Okay. So you have read.
the
You have read
topic,
about this topic.
and yes.
Uh huh. Excellent. Okay. Now we have an exercise here. Okay. Sorry. On page 29. Yes. On page 29, we have an exercise. It's a grammar exercise. Okay. Uh, it doesn't have to be perfect. No tiene que salirles perfecto. ¿Sí? Probablemente no les salga perfecto, pero no importa, porque después recién vamos a ver el grammar bank. ¿Ok? Bueno, vamos a hacer la uno. Number one, together. ¿Ok? Let's do number one together. Have you heard this joke? Man with dog. A ver, ¿qué pongo acá en estos espacios? A, and, the, or nothing.
A,
Ajá, a ver. A man,
A man with a
with
dog walks into
E,
a bar.
the a bar.
I don't know. Sol me.
in bar.
You put what you
Ah,
want. Ustedes pongan lo que a ustedes les parezca.
Her
okay.
dog Well,
So here,
for me, it's okay.
before man, before the second man.
The
Mm-hmm.
the man
The man says to
the man says to the barman.
the barman.
Todo lo mismo.
No, it's okay. It can be. Can I have
Can I have a beer and a whiskey for my dog?
a whiskey for my dog? I don't know. Have you heard this joke? With the dog walks into a bar, the man says, "Can I have a beer and a whiskey for my dog?"
A dog.
Uh, I don't know. No, no entiendo, no entiendo la el chiste. No entiendo el chiste. Estoy tratando de entender el chiste. Bueno, así de esta manera, hay veces que no van a necesitar artículos, ¿sí? Así que presta atención. Yo mientras tanto voy a escuchar y que me está hablando mi vice del otro instituto. Ya estoy con ustedes.
Yo el uno puse. Have you heard this joke? A man with a dog walk into the bar. A man say the barman. Can I have a beer and whiskey for my dog?
Ah, okay. Okay. That's different. Very good. So here before
Nothing.
beer and nothing. Zero
Nothing.
article.
Yes.
No article.
No
Okay.
article.
Okay. Good. And in number 2, what did you put, Silvia?
Number 2, I have just read the article on nothing on internet about how eating and strawberry
Okay.
makes you look younger.
Makes you look younger. Okay. Good.
Mhm.
These are your options. Here I will put a hyphen, meaning that you put no article here.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Number 3, Solo Joel. Who wants to go?
Okay, number 3. I'm sure there is something wrong between us because we never go out to dinner or to the cinema anymore. Nothing and the.
Yes. Good. Let's see. Number 4, Joel.
Okay. Did you watch the match last night? I can't believe that the referee didn't see that it was a penalty.
Okay. Good. And now we have a question here. According to the article, A Gossip with the Girls, do you think would probably... who do you think would probably say 1 to 4, a man or a woman? For example, number 1. Who would say number 1? A man or a woman?
Maybe a man.
Okay, a man. Joe, what do you think?
Yes,
A man.
a man.
Okay. ¿Alguien entendió el chiste? Yo no entendí.
No.
Creo que yo la primera vez que leí esto lo había entendido, pero ahora ya me olvidé qué significa. Number 2. What do you think, a man or woman?
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
A woman.
A woman. Okay. Number 3. I'm sure. A man
A
or
woman.
A woman.
A woman. Yeah.
Okay. And
She's
number...
asleep. She's sleeping now. She's sleeping now.
Yes. Otherwise, otherwise you would say something else. Okay. Number 4. Number 4.
A man.
A man. Okay. Good. So, now let's go to page 137. How much time have we got left? 15 minutes. Well, 15 minutes. We can do something. Let's go to page 137 to the grammar bank. Okay. We learn more about articles and practice them. That's the page.
Teacher,
Mhm.
when we, I don't know who to ask. When we were uh, have two classes, the continual
Oh
classes,
yes, you're right.
then the next Friday.
We have to make up for the classes. I forgot to mention that in ok, nos queda un ratito para hablar un poquito de los artículos, ¿sí?
Yeah.
Articles a, an, the, and no article, ¿ok? Bueno, en realidad esto se lee cuando están solitos, los leemos a, an, the, and no article, ¿ok? Bien, vamos primero con a, an. I saw an old man with a dog. It's a nice house. She's a lawyer. What an awful day. I have classes 3 times a week. ¿Ok? ¿Qué pueden observar en estos artículos? Tenemos a y an. ¿Por qué tenemos esa diferencia?
Um, porque
Is the sound the article because the next word when start the vowel or noun or nouns?
Aha, the noun. Yes,
The noun.
sometimes it's adjectives. Okay, so
Mhm.
yes, you're right. The sounds of the article and the following word cannot clash. Yes, cannot. There cannot be a conflict there between the sounds. So, for example, if the following word begins with a vowel, vocal, si la siguiente palabra empieza con una vocal, I cannot say a old man with a dog here. A old man with a dog, I cannot say. So I say an old man, and here a dog. Yes, I can say because I can say a because the following word starts with a consonant. Okay. Entonces, esa es la reglita. Regla básica para el uso de los artículos a y an, que son artículos indefinidos. ¿Sí? La siguiente, tengo que mirar siempre la siguiente palabra. Si empieza con vocal, a. Si empieza con consonante, an. ¿Sí? ¿Está clarito eso?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Now, we have here the rules. We use a or an with singular countable nouns. Okay? Only with countable nouns that are in the singular. Okay? Countable nouns son los sustantivos que se pueden contar. Okay? One egg, 2 apples, 5 dogs, 3 men. Okay? Solamente sustantivos que puedo contar con los dedos, etc. Y bueno, ¿cuándo los usamos? The first time you mention a thing or person. ¿Okay? Cuando voy a introducir a esta cosa o persona en mi conversación, en mi discurso, por primera vez utilizo este artículo. Entonces, por ejemplo, en el chiste ese que no entendimos, a man with a dog walks into a bar. ¿Okay? Porque son 3 cosas o personas que estoy introduciendo por primera vez. ¿Sí? Por eso tengo que utilizar el artículo indefinido a or an. Okay? The indefinite article. Then, number 2, when you say what something is or what somebody does. Okay? O sea, cuando estoy diciendo esto es tal cosa. ¿Sí? Esto es una clase de inglés. This is an English lesson. Okay? Estoy dando un hecho o hablando de una cosa. ¿Sí? Fíjense en el ejemplo número 2. It's a nice house. She's a lawyer. Okay? In exclamations with what. Okay? With what. What an awful day. What a beautiful baby. What a lovely afternoon. ¿Ok? Siempre lo voy a utilizar cuando estoy haciendo estas expresiones así de expresiones de énfasis. ¿Sí? Vieron que nosotros no decimos qué un hermoso día, ¿no? Decimos qué hermoso día nomás. ¿Se dieron cuenta?
Sí.
Eso en inglés es diferente. Se usa el artículo. Sí o sí tiene que estar. In expressions of frequency, number 4. In expressions of frequency. I have classes 3 times a week. Yes. Or for example, we have English lessons 8 times a month. Okay. Or I go to the dentist 3 times a year. Okay. Cuando voy a dar la expresión de frecuencia, especialmente si estoy especificando cada cuántos meses, días o años, tengo que utilizar el a. ¿Sí? Perdón, no cada cuántos meses, sino cuántas veces en el mes, en la semana, en el año, en el día. ¿Sí? I brush my teeth 3 times a day. ¿Okay? En esos casos se utiliza a. Bueno. Después tenemos el artículo definido. The. ¿Sí? El the o the. Number 1. I saw an old man with a dog. The dog was barking. ¿Ok? ¿Por qué acá utiliza a y después utiliza the? Cuéntenme.
Because first he make an introduction of the dog, and then it's talking about the dog, but what it's doing.
Okay. Aha. I mean, you don't know the rule here. This is another rule. Okay. But yes, here he uses a because it's the first time he's talking about the dog. Okay. Or a dog, actually. Good. My father opened the door. The children are at school. The children are at school. The moon goes round the earth. I'm going to the cinema tonight. It's the best restaurant in town. Bueno, antes de pasar a las reglas de esto, quiero explicarles un poquito acerca de la pronunciación. La pronunciación de esta palabrita. No cambia como tal la escritura, como pasa acá con a and. No cambia la escritura de esto. Pero sí se pronuncia diferente si la palabra que le sigue empieza con consonante o vocal. ¿Sí? Si yo tengo dog después del artículo este, digo the dog, the dog, the dog. ¿Ok? Pero si tengo una palabra que empieza con vocal, como es earth, digo the earth, the earth. ¿Sí? No es como una i muy larga, pero es una i ahí sutil que tengo que usar. Digo the earth. ¿Ok? The dog, the earth. A ver, Joel. The dog, the earth.
The dog, the earth.
Good. A ver, Silvia. The dog, the earth.
The dog, the earth.
Good. And Sol?
The dog, the earth.
Good. Very good. Y acuérdense, la pronunciación del TH es dental. O sea que yo tengo que poner la lengua contra los dientes. ¿Sí? Y digo the. The dog. Excepto, perdón. Lo opuesto sería acá dog, que esa no es dental, sino que es tiene un nombre en inglés, no me voy a poner a explicarles, pero no se pronuncia con los dientes, se pronuncia detrás de los dientes, ¿sí? Para que suene así como dog. Es una diferencia pequeña que hay entre estos sonidos. Ok, y las reglas, antes de que termine la clase, aunque sea terminamos con el the. We use the when we talk about something we've already mentioned. Okay, this is what happens here, Joe. Esto es lo que te estaba diciendo. Si ya mencionaste algo anteriormente en tu discurso y lo volvés a mencionar, tienes que hacerlo con el artículo definido. La primera vez, sí, lo haces con el indefinido, o puede ser con no article también. Pero la segunda vez, si ya lo estás repitiendo, usas the. Okay. Then, when it's clear what you're referring to, okay? My father opened the door. The children are at school. Okay? When it's clear what you're referring to. Esto tiene que ver con conocimiento previo, ¿sí? Quiere decir que si bien yo no lo dije antes en mi discurso, es información que compartimos, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, yo les digo, chicos, la clase de mañana va a ser, o la clase, ni siquiera de mañana, la clase va a ser a las 9, ¿sí? Ustedes ya saben que mañana tenemos clase a las 9, entonces ni siquiera me molesto en aclarar todo eso, ¿sí? Digo la clase. Bueno, lo
Ujú.
mismo pasa en inglés. The lesson, guys, the lesson will be at 9 tomorrow, ¿ok? Ni siquiera tengo que decir the English lesson, or a lesson, porque ya es conocimiento que compartimos, ¿sí? Fíjense acá en la segunda oración específicamente. The children are at school. What children? Nosotros no sabemos a qué niño se refiere. Pero entre los hablantes quizás sí, son los hijos o los sobrinos o su grupo de alumnos, ¿sí?
Ujú.
Se utiliza cuando es información compartida. Um, Number 3, when there's only one of something, the moon goes round the earth, ¿sí? O especialmente todos los objetos estelares, ¿sí? Galaxias, estrellas, soles, ¿sí? Nos referimos a ellos con el artículo the porque hay uno solo, ¿sí? Son únicos. Para cuando
Ujú.
algo es único, eh, uso the, lo mismo que con superlativos, ¿se acuerdan? The
Ujú.
most dangerous means of transport, ¿ok? Es uno solo y es el más X de todos. Number 4, with places in a town, for example, cinema and theater, yes, the hospital too, for example,
Ujú.
cuando son lugares en una ciudad. Um, and with superlatives, bueno, justo lo que les dije de superlativos, it's the best restaurant in town, ¿ok? Bueno,
Ujú.
hasta acá vimos el artículo, los artículos definidos, a and, perdón, indefinidos, a and y definido. No sé si nos va a permitir, no nos va a permitir todavía hacer las actividades porque necesitamos el no article, pero los vamos a terminar de ver mañana, ¿ok?
Ok.
Bueno
Okay.
chicos, entonces ¿quiénes van a estar mañana de ustedes? Sol y
Yo,
Joel.
yo
¿Vos,
mañana
Silvia?
estoy. Sí, yo estoy mañana.
Sí,
Ah,
nosotros también.
Okay.
perfecto, perfecto. Bueno, entonces hoy voy a tratar de subir lo antes posible la clase para que los chicos también vean la explicación y nos vemos. See you tomorrow at 9, ¿ok?
See you. See
See
you.
Okay.
Ok,
you.
see you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.